Greeting gods and goddesses in training. Welcome back to the channel. It is Uncle Makara, all relations. Let's get started with today's quick video. Had a really busy day today, but I'm tapped in and I'm ready to speak on this topic of normalizing miracles or staying mortal. You were born for the W. What do I mean by this? Your particular ideas of success have been manipulated. Actually, spirituality leads to health, wealth, relationships, right? It's not like you set goals, you do certain things, and then you get all these tangible things in the real world. You have to first connect with your authenticity, your realness, and then the rest starts to unfold. Have you guys ever noticed this? Give me a thumbs up if you have, okay? Number one thing to understand is true synchronicity feels statistically impossible, but it hits you emotionally. That weird, like, pausing before you think of somebody and then they call you right afterwards is a kind of synchronicity, right? That's the quantum field confirming the divine timing that is coming through. So that eternal gaze that you get is that taste of flow state, is that taste of timelessness. So you have to create timelessness pockets in your life. So that means you didn't create synchronicity, you aligned with synchronicity. Is this making sense? So the second you emotionally hold on to a win, whether it be you get the girl, you get the money, you get the lifestyle, whatever it is, the field will rip it from your hands. Why? Because celebrating too hard, what I mean by this is like getting emotionally overwhelmed and high from your success, signals to the quantum that you've already reached the peak. And thus the only way left is down. So you start to crash, you start to downward spiral. So what do the elite do? If you notice, high status people, what do? They don't throw rituals over wins. They just shrug. Oh, guess I got some more money. Cool. That's the real spell, is this unreactive nature. Nothing can pull you or move you. Nobody has puppet strings on you anymore. You guys get what I'm saying? The most dangerous thing isn't failure, it's a smile that says life can't get better. That moment freezes your psychic evolution and you subconsciously opt out of growth activities. People who win small and cling start emitting the frequency of stagnation disguised as gratitude. So you see all these love and light people, like, they are virtue signaling, right? It isn't an authentic embodied gratitude that they actually feel. They're saying thank you with the words, but they're not feeling it. The vibration isn't there, it's off, right? So the seed must become a tree or it rots. The matrix only respects motion. Even if you evolve chaotically or painfully, it's still better than stillness. I mean, not the kind of stillness where you reach 0 point, obviously, but I mean the kind of stagnation. You must keep evolving or you die spiritually. Don't ritualize your victory so much, okay? You bought yourself a cake, you celebrated your own W, that's loser programming. A ritual around your win is a psychic binding because you signal to the field that this event that I'm celebrating is especially significant, special, and rare. Whereas high status beings just normalize blessings. You just shrug at it. Okay, cool. No big deal, right? NBD, no big deal. No big deal. That's the thing. That's the energy that I want you to tap into. And most law of attraction teachers, they miss this completely, right? Because emotional detachment is the final boss. The law of attraction works, but the moment you feel ecstatic that it worked, oh my goodness, your eyes go wide. You're like a child, right? That just tasted candy for the first time. You get this hit of all of these neurotransmitters. This dopamine is working through you. You get excited. You gasp, but you're also unconsciously gripping onto that moment, which leads to a spiritual stagnation and an attachment, and that kills your flow state. The shock some people feel when manifestation works is proof that they didn't believe it to begin with. You see what I'm saying? Because if it's bound to be in your life anyway, it's second nature to you, what are you worrying about? Masters feel zero surprise when it works for them because they're already in the timeline. It's that no big deal energy. And I want you guys to really understand this, right? There's a difference between spiritual greed and quiet mastery. Think of the two planets of Rahu energy and Ketu energy, right? Rahu is seen as like hungry, grasping, chasing the next high, right? The eternal demon head, it's never satisfied, right? It's just chasing, it's like on this hedonic treadmill all the time. And the Ketu energy is just like detached. Been there, done that, man. Been there, done that. I'm still evolving. Watch me, right? That's Ketu energy. And when you understand the difference, it's going to shift your polarity, right? When you cling to Rahu's peak, you trigger the downfall. But when you embody Ketu's grace, life flows through you. So when you observe reality, you collapse potential into form. The observation is magic. Why do elites do rituals in secret? Because public attention alters the outcome. Attention is a weapon, right? You got to guard it like a sword. But most people, they're diverted so much, distracted so much, right? So much mental noise and static that they can't even get the ball rolling. When you observe reality, you collapse potential into form. Symbols are pre-verbal. They hit the subconscious mind directly. So this is why crosses, sigils, emojis, different drawings or little sketches, they bypass logic. Numbers are packed frequency codes, but symbols are visceral spells, right? They rule collective consciousnesses. Are we getting this, guys? So most people feel symbols before they decode the numbers. That's why every empire has a flag, not a life path chart. So the moment you think, this is perfect, I don't need more, you're cutting that current. The matrix is a living intelligence that tests your ceiling of receptivity. You say more even when you're full. The matrix doesn't punish you for failing, it punishes you for stopping. Don't hold on to them, don't peak, don't freeze the timeline. You're not meant to keep the blessings, you're meant to channel your blessings forward. Are we getting this? Gratitude when your body still wants more is a spiritual suicide. Most people say thank you to God before their destiny fully downloads. That's like baking a cake and thanking the oven when it's half cooked. The real Sigmas, they let the tension build. The real savage shamans, they let the tension build. And they withhold this, yay! You know, the normies, they will celebrate. But for me, I live in that celebration. I am already there. I don't need to reach there. I don't need to do some kind of thing that reminds me that I'm celebrating. No, I celebrate every outcome, especially the negative. So it's like you're withholding that vacuous, very simple-minded version of celebration. You're activating the joy within you, and you're stretching your timeline to receive beyond reason. Let's say that you're celebrating, right? That's how sometimes parasites can locate you. Now, certain sounds of celebration can also make these energies flee, such as whistling. You'll notice Sadhguru does this a lot. He whistles and snaps his fingers, right? That's a different kind of celebration that I'm talking about. So I want you to have discernment and actually differentiate between the kind of club going up energy versus you think you're chosen, then act like it, buddy. Emotional detachment is divine arrogance. It's not numbness. It's sacred knowing that you've already won in the higher realms, right? You don't cry when the check arrives. You smirk at it because you wrote the check. The devil doesn't show up when you're falling. He waits till you throw the party. This is how parasites locate you. They feed on your pride. So if you posted your win, you tagged your mom in something, you bought yourself a trophy, that's how these dark energies attach. And we're talking about to be detached, so you're not getting the brunt of this. The Matrix hates a smug loser. Those who lose and pretend they're fine, the Matrix mocks them. So be raw with your desire, right? Don't fake your peace. The quantum will respect your honesty way more than forced high vibe energies, okay? Jazz hands and shit, right? We need that bulldozer energy again, guys, right? I want more. I'm not done. I refuse to cap. Say it out loud. Real manifestation feels like exhaling. No anxiety, no check-ins, just, if you're still hoping that it comes and shows up, you didn't download it. You just fantasized about it. Not to escape the pain, but because you already own it in the source domain. So pain is in the portal, not in positivity, or toxic positivity, let's call it, because I'm a positive psychologist. I understand a very big difference between fake positivity and authentic, real, generative potentiality of positivity. So people ask, why do I have to suffer to awaken? Because your ego listens best when it's losing. Spirit doesn't evolve through comfort, it shatters through agony. Most people do rituals to soothe their inner panic. Adepts do rituals to reprogram the grid. If your ritual doesn't rewire the quantum, you are just cosplaying wizardry. You're showing cool things in your altar. You're doing things, but you're not thinking about the all, the collective. You're thinking about you and your selfish gains from it. That's not how this thing is going to magnetize for you. By the way, there's certain people, I'm speaking to certain people here, where you're like, she's everything I want. When you over-idolize a person, you tell the field that I am incomplete. And that's how the field always delays the blessing, because it won't let you date someone you put on a throne or a pedestal. Instead, she's aligned with the me I already am. I don't need to prove myself and go through this hamster wheel to try to make some effort. Effort happens when you're high testosterone already, guys, okay? And for the women, I would definitely just say, understand that energy of that oomph that society pushes, right? And fix your relationships to your mother and father, right? That's a big thing too. A lot of people don't even go there, all right? They do years of therapy to talk about that, but they're not actually, there's a somatic release that you need to go through. Like, you need to feel through that emotion so it's not stuck and looping in your body like this weird electrical charge. So you can't fake completion. People say, you know, I've moved on from that. I've let it go. But their energy's bracing for loss. Why? Completion is not verbal. It's a vibrational silence. No obsessive thoughts, no what ifs. Just breath. Just pure presence. Just flow state essence. Okay? You no longer chase the fruit. The tree bends towards you. So this is like the Ketu code again. Rahu reaches, Ketu receives, right? So the destiny is magnetized when your soul becomes the invitation. If you're still clapping for your last breakthrough, you're signaling that you've exited the infinite game. You're not here to manifest a good life. You're here to orchestrate divinity through form. To remain unmoved while mountains tremble. To smile at your desires as if they're old lovers coming home. This is what Primal Sutra adepts call performing infinity. An unshakable frequency of eternal becoming. This is peak performance shamanism. This is Primal Sutra. I hope you got this download today. I also want to share something that I had observed. So between the pure light and the pure dark, there is a flame. We must remain in the flame, in the energy of heat. If we try to exist in the light, which is not sustained, we get beat. And if we try to exist in the dark, which is not sustained, we also get beat. So we must remain in the heat, which gives birth to all of creation and ultimately allows us to love by revealing to God his own nature. Thank you so much for tapping in, guys. I hope you have an incredible rest of your day. May the flow be with you. Flow mishkaram and flow mistake. I'll see you at your best version. How about that? Let's get it. Upward spiral. Let's win.